Hello everyone, and welcome to the PFAS in Our World, What We Know and What We Can Do virtual conference. This event is presented by the trainees of the STEEP Superfund Research Center, a collaboration between the University of Rhode Island, Harvard University, and Silent Spring Institute, and is funded by the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences to address the ubiquitous environmental and human health effects of PFAS exposure. My name is Heidi Pickard, and I am one of the organizers for this event. I am a second-year PhD student at Harvard University and a STEEP trainee. PFAS are everywhere and can affect anyone. They are the subject of ongoing high-profile lawsuits and have gained increasing media attention as scientists, regulators, and communities seek ways to regulate the use of these chemicals. As an early career scientist or grad student, it can be hard to find avenues to learn more about these chemicals outside of the typical scientific conference. We designed this conference to create an opportunity for those who are interested or working on PFAS to learn more about these chemicals from the experts in the context of three very important topics that aren't frequently explored. We want people to learn not just how to conduct PFAS research, but how to leverage their research to advance policy, environmental equity, and affect real change. This two-day conference will kick off with a keynote address from Ian Cousins, a professor at Stockholm University. Our first session will be on environmental policy with talks from two prominent speakers, Linda Birnbaum, former director of the NIEHS, and Xenia Trier, an expert on chemicals, environment, and human health at the European Environment Agency. The second session will cover environmental risk assessment with talks from well-known scientists in the field, including Joachim Mueller, a professor at the University of Queensland in Australia, Rob Letcher, a senior research scientist with Environment and Climate Change Canada, and Philippe Grandjean, an adjunct professor at the Harvard School of Public Health and University of Southern Denmark. Day 2 will feature a session on environmental justice, with talks from Andrea Amico, a co-founder of Testing for Peas, Mark Favors of the Fountain Valley Clean Water Coalition, and David Michaels, a professor of George Washington University. Our agenda will conclude with 2 poster sessions on PFAS research presented by our attendees. We have an incredible lineup of speakers for you the next 2 days, and I really want to thank our speakers for taking time out of their busy schedules to record these important talks and be available for our panel discussions. I would also like to thank the many STEEP trainees and faculty, including Rainer Lohman, Judith Swift, Amber Neville, and Rendy Luck, who have been working tirelessly for months to put together a quality agenda and bring this virtual conference to fruition. Finally, I would like to recognize the production team at High Output for their work editing and captioning the videos. We could not have pulled this off without their expertise. This virtual conference is a prelude event to Fluoros 2021, an international symposium on fluorinated compounds and their impacts on human and environmental health, which is also being organized by the STEEP Superfund Center. Fluoros 2021 will be held on October 3rd to 6th in Providence, Rhode Island, so stay tuned for more details on that event. And with that, I would like to turn things over to my co-organizer, Alicia Criselli, who will tell you all the logistical details that you need to know for the next 2 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi, for the introduction. As Heidi mentioned, my name is Alicia Criselli, and I am also one of the organizers for this event. I am a third-year PhD student at the University of Rhode Island and the STEEP Training Corps coordinator. We know the world looks a little different lately, but we didn't want that to affect your conference experience. This event was 100% trainee developed, so we wouldn't want you to miss out on any of it. Therefore, I would like to explain how this virtual conference will work. Our speakers have pre-recorded talks for you, which are available as videos under each session. These videos will be available for viewing starting an hour before the scheduled talk time so that you have plenty of time to view them and gather your questions. Most videos will also be available through the Whova web app for 3 months after the conclusion of the conference if you would like to go back and view them at a later date. Q&A panels featuring our speakers will be live via Zoom beginning promptly at their scheduled times and feature a panel of all the speakers included in that session. You may submit questions through the Q&A function in Whova. When submitting questions, please indicate whether you would like to ask your question live, in which case we will unmute you and allow your video feed so that you may ask your question directly to our panelists. If you do not feel comfortable asking your question out loud, that's okay too. One of our moderators will be happy to ask the question for you. And don't worry, all of this will be explained on the session page as well. Virtual posters in the form of PDFs or videos will be available for viewing for the duration of the conference. For the poster sessions, presenters will be grouped by topic into small Zoom rooms for questions at the designated poster session times. Attendees may pop in and out of these to chat with poster presenters and ask questions about their research. We would like to make this feel as close to an in-person poster session as possible. Please note that the materials presented in this conference are protected by University of Rhode Island copyright and may not be reproduced or redistributed without express written consent of the University of Rhode Island. Similarly, virtual posters may contain unpublished data, and poster content may not be reproduced or redistributed without permission of the authors. Whova has many opportunities to connect and network through the app. You may add information about yourself to your profile and exchange information with other attendees. Please feel free to explore the functions, add photos, and tweet using the hashtag PFASWorld2020 during the conference. Any tweets using the conference hashtag will show up on the Twitter board in Whova. You may also use hashtag NextGeneration, hashtag SteepScience, and hashtag Chemistry4Good. One last thing we will ask is for all conference attendees to take a short survey about your experience at the conclusion of the event. This feedback will help us to improve the STEEP Training Corps and our programming for Floros 2021. That's it. We're so happy to have you here, and we sincerely hope you enjoy the conference.